Yet again, Anthropic just dropped another feature that I think a lot of people have been waiting for. Now, Claude Code, it can now control your actual computer, your mouse, your keyboard, your screen. It will take screenshots, it'll figure out what is on your display, and then it'll just click around and actually do things for you. Now, this will work in both Claude Code and Claude Cowork, and it's available right now for any Pro and Max users on Mac. But here's where it actually gets interesting, is that you can pair this with another feature called Dispatch, which this will let you text Claude from your phone, and it will do the work on your computer while you're away. So let's say you're sitting down for lunch, you realize you forgot to export that report, you text Claude, it opens up the app, grabs the file, sends it off. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually set this up, walk you through some real demos, talk about what it is actually good at, what it can't do yet, and a few use cases that I think are going to be really practical for anyone running a business or just doing any sort of knowledge work. So let's get into it. So here's the official blog post from Anthropic. They're calling this computer use, and it just went live yesterday as a research preview. Now, what's actually happening under the hood, it's pretty straightforward. So when you tell Claude to do something on your computer, it will follow a specific order. So first, it'll check if there's a direct integration. Like if you ask it to check your calendar, it'll just use Google Calendar connector because that is faster and it's more reliable. Second is if the task needs a browser, it'll just use the Claude in Chrome extension. And third, when neither of those can actually handle the job, does it fall back to actually controlling your screen. So taking screenshots, moving the mouse, clicking buttons, typing, all that stuff. So it's not just using screen control for everything because that would be a little bit more expensive. So it's actually being optimal. So that's just a design choice, screen control. It would be the backup option for things like any native apps, internal tools, or anything that just does not have a native API integration. So to actually turn this on, you just need to simply go into your Claude settings. So I'm on the Claude app currently. So we'll just navigate over to our settings. And from here, we'll just scroll down to the desktop app section. You can go to general and you scroll down, you should see computer use. You just have to enable this. So it's going to give you a few disclaimers, all that sort of stuff, and we'll just enable this. What I also want to do is going to keep our computer awake. This is going to allow us to make sure that our computer isn't going to go idle or anything, so we can actually use our Claude Code instance on the go and it's not going to go to sleep or anything like that. Now, if you're not seeing computer use, all you want to do, just close out your application. So again, I am using this inside of the desktop app, and what you want to do, just log back out, log back in, make sure you're updated on the latest instance, and you should be good to go. You'll be able to see it. All right, let me show you what this actually looks like. So I have this PDF. This is just sitting in my downloads folder on my computer, and I want Claude to actually be able to send it as a DM to somebody on Slack, also be able to email it off to somebody. Now, I don't have either of those applications open right now, so I'm just going to go back to Claude. I'm going to say use computer use to find the client proposal PDF on my computer and send it as an email to this guy and DM it to Keshav in Slack of a summary. So we'll run this off. Now, it is worth noting, if you are running this for the first time, using computer use for the first time, it is going to require and request a few different permissions. So if you're asking it to access your downloads, access your local computer, you will have to first provide it with those permissions. So if you're asking it to go ahead, go on Slack or record your screen, anything like that, you have to enable those system settings. So you only have to do that once. So right now it's asking to just read for this. So I'm going to give it permission, and next up it should be able to actually read the entire proposal and then start sending the summaries, connects to Gmail and also connects to Slack. All right, I've read the proposal. It's a 73,000 10-week AI workflow automation engagement. Before I send anything, here's what I'll do. I'll email this guy and then I'll send the DM over Slack. Can I proceed? I will say proceed. Let me create the Gmail draft and then send the Slack DM to Keshav in parallel. So right now, it is just using the connector, so it's not even using computer use. So right now, it is recognizing that it already has a connector, so it's going to be a bit more efficient, a bit more practical because it's going to cost less tokens to actually interact and use computer use, whereas the connector, it's much easier and there's a better procedure to actually be going about this. So let's go ahead and check that. All right, so you guys can see right here, we have the draft. Please find the client proposal for Acme Corp's operations team attached. This covers the full 10-week engagement. Let me know if any revisions are needed. Now let's check Slack. Cool, so we can see right here, hey Keshav, here's a quick summary of the Acme Corp client proposal I just sent over. So it's pretty much the same thing as the Gmail draft. Now, hypothetically, if Slack was not a connector, same with Gmail, then that is where it would be able to use computer use and actually interact. So let me show you where it's actually going to be using computer use. And before we do that, I have to introduce Dispatch. So Dispatch, this is going to allow you to actually utilize Claude from your phone while your computer is elsewhere. So if you have not set up dispatch yet, just go ahead, navigate to dispatch. It's extremely simple. You'll just have to scan a QR code or just log into Claude on your phone and it'll be paired. It is as simple as that. It takes maybe 30 seconds to set up. So go to that now if you have not already. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start a new message and I'm going to paste in use computer use to actually open up my Notes app on my computer and create a new note summarizing today's meetings from my Google Calendar. So let's send that off. You can see I actually ran that earlier, but we should see on our computer that we will have this new request. So it's going to log that, recognize the input, everything's going to be hands off. So you can see that I'm not actually controlling my computer. In just a second, where it'll actually open up my notes here. This is where my Notes app is now open. It says Claude is using your computer. And in a second, it should input everything, a summary from my Google Calendar, which there it was using a Google connector. So that's just something that's natively set up inside of Claude. So right now, it's just inputting everything in here. So here I have my morning routine from 8 to 8:30. This is recurring. I have my team sync at 1 p.m. And then we have a call later in the day. So awesome. That is how we are actually utilizing the computer use. Hypothetically, if we wanted to use it from our phone, so if we're away from our desk or anything else. So beyond what I just showed you, there's 1,000 different use cases that you can use this for. Lead generation, lead research, lead enrichment, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be regarding to leads, but you can use this across departments for so many different use cases. So just to expand and give you guys some ideas, first one, client deliverable prep. So let's say you're just building out an automation or a agentic workflow for a client, and you've got the proposal doc inside of Google Docs, you've got the scope spreadsheet in Excel, and the contract PDF in your downloads folder. Now, normally, you would have to spend about 10 minutes just jumping between apps, copying all that information, reformatting whatever it may be. But with computer use, you can just tell Claude to pull the key numbers from the spreadsheet, open the proposal, update the figures, and then attach everything to a single email draft. It will handle all the app switching automatically for you. Second is any overnight code reviews with scheduled tasks. So Claude Code, it already has a scheduling feature you guys may already know about where you can just set prompts to run on a cron. Now, combine that with computer use, you can just set a task that runs at midnight, pulls up your staging environment in the iOS simulator, and then clicks through the core user flows, screenshot anything that looks off, and commits a bug report to your repo before you even wake up. Now, third, and this one is very specific to agency owners, a lot of your clients, they're going to be running proprietary softwares that has zero API access. So you can think about like old clinic, like dental practice management systems, where they have local accounting tools or any niche industry platforms that were just built 15 years ago. They're legacy systems. There's no Zapier connector, there's no webhook, there's no API documentation, there's nothing. But those apps, they do have a GUI. And now Claude can interact with that GUI. So you can actually build automations around software that was previously impossible to integrate with. And that opens up a whole new category of clients that you can now serve. Fourth is competitive research on autopilot. So you can schedule Claude to open a local note-taking app every single morning, pull up 3 or 4 competitor websites using the Chrome extension, screenshot their pricing pages, compile a weekly comparison doc, and if you're running an agency and tracking how competitors are actually positioning, that is a task that a VA may have taken like 30 minutes to perform. Now it runs itself. And last but not least, and again, these are not limited to just these use cases. There's so many more that you can be using this for. So this is the one that I actually keep coming back to, and what I have been using this over the past day is, let's say you're on a sales call, the prospect is asking for a case study that you know is saved somewhere on your machine. So maybe it's just a Google Slides saved on your computer. So instead of saying okay, let me find this after the call, you can pull that up right on the call. You can use dispatch saying, hey, I need you to find me this file, and then you can present it, show it on the call because you're going to have it in seconds. You don't have to be digging and finding it. Meanwhile, Claude, it will do all that for you. Now, let's talk about some limitations of what you should know before you actually get too excited, because there are some important disclaimers. So the first thing, this is a research preview. It works, but it is not bulletproof by any means. Sometimes Claude, it will click the right button from what I have found. Sometimes it misreads the screenshot. It is early. Anthropic, they are saying that up front, and that is what I respect and appreciate about them. Second, it is Mac only right now, so it will come, I'm sure, for Windows pretty soon, but for right now, it's just Mac. And third, this is a big one, browsers are very limited. You can't use Google Chrome. Claude can't click around, type in Safari, Chrome, or any browser through screen control. That is a deliberate security decision. So like web pages, they can contain hidden instructions that could trick an AI agent into doing something that you did not ask for. So for any browser tasks, you would have to use the Claude and Chrome extension instead, which is a separate tool, or you could just download a different browser. So I don't know all the other ones available, but it will not be Chrome, it will not be Safari. all the big ones, you'll have to look for a different third-party application, a different browser that you will have to use. Fourth is the financial apps and crypto wallets. These are blocked by default. So you can just add your own apps to the block list. And I mean, this makes sense. Like, you do not want an AI agent to be accidentally clicking around your trading platform or your wallet. Fifth is computer use. It runs outside the normal sandbox. So usually when Claude works on files in Cowork, it does everything in an isolated virtual machine. But computer use, it actually breaks out of that where it's interacting with your actual desktop. So you should think of it like giving somebody remote desktop access. So you have to be intentional about what you actually let it touch. And this is where it's a little bit more similar to OpenClaw, and where you might want to have a different computer specifically for this, so it's not going to mess up all your files or anything like that. And finally, this is only available on Pro and Max plans right now, so it's not on Teams or Enterprise. And the reason is that activity from computer use, it isn't captured in audit logs, which is something that enterprise customers would need for compliance. Now look, I mentioned this is still early, but what Anthropic just shipped here, it is pretty clear signal of where things are actually headed to. Like, we're moving past this stage where AI just writes text in a chat. This is actually doing work on your computer while you can go live your life. You can pair that with dispatch from your phone and actually schedule tasks that run overnight. And you basically have a digital employee that is always on for you. And for anyone running a service business or just an AI agency, like, this is the stuff that should be on your radar. The use cases, they're only going to get better as this moves out of the research preview. Now, if you guys do want to stay up to date on how to actually use these tools in your business and practical AI strategies to starting and growing your business, then check out our free AI newsletter. We upload weekly, sending you strategies on how to start and actually grow your business and our experience in the space. And before you guys go, we are hosting a live free workshop next Tuesday, breaking down how we use AI inside of our 3 companies, automating about 60 to 70% of our tasks currently, and how we've been implementing AI, Claude Code, OpenClaw for all of our clients and the results that they have seen, and how you can actually do that for yourself, your team, upskill your team, and install Claude inside of your guys' environments. So if you are a business owner and you're looking to either drive leverage or increase your bottom line, then make sure to check out and sign up for that webinar next Tuesday. We'll be covering all of that. You guys do not want to miss it. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.